All right, who hasn't cringed while listening to a parent yell at their child in a fast food line? Worse yet, who hasn't been that parent trying to discipline a misbehaving child when everybody around you is all ears and all too eager to pass judgment?
That's right. Children will disobey. They will be disrespectful, whine, hit, lie, and not always in the privacy of their own home. And joining us now to talk about public disciplining of your child is our parenting expert and author Monica Bencomo. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we all have toddlers.
We all have toddlers.
So this is going to be a talk.
Yeah. So I understand. I just right away, you kind of have a story to share.
Okay.
Very excited
let me tell you
about
the story.
Okay.
So I wanted to go to the store as a family. Typically, Topher, my husband, goes to the store by himself, but I want Cannon to, be able to go to the store with us, kind of help pick out food.
Yeah.
And so we go, and Cannon is just screaming the whole time. So it's 10 minutes straight of Cannon screaming, and so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take him to the car. And so I go, and we're walking to the car, and Cannon's just slapping my face. And I'm like pushing his hands down, and then he starts clawing me.
Oh.
And then so we finally get to the truck, and I put him down, and this is the first time I've ever done it, but I hit his butt. And I was like, and he looked at me, and I was like, okay, maybe it worked. And he slapped me in the face.
Oh.
I know. And then so I grabbed his hand, and I hit his hand, and I was like, and then he started crying, and I was like, ooh, and I felt really bad about it, but I didn't know what to do.
It's
I was
hard.
getting beat up.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, the question is, what do you do when the kid is freaking out in public? What do you do?
Yeah. I go like this and walk away. He's not my child. No, I'm just kidding. But I just want to say
somebody else and walk away.
I just walk away. No, but thanks for being candid about that because a lot of people try to act like, oh no, my child, no, never. So thanks for being honest.
My gosh.
But honestly, my son Eliel, he's about to be 19 months, and he's starting to get a little too smart to where he's like, I can punch and slap with my hand. I'm like, no, that's for playing. So what I do typically is I always keep healthy snacks on hand because we go grocery shopping a lot. My book is always geared towards healthy living, right?
Yeah.
So if I have some, some string cheese or something in my bag or some crackers, that'll
snack.
Food will calm your children down
Gotcha.
for sure.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a snack.
And a lot of fortunately, I don't think that I've had any explosions like that with Annalise. She's clearly not, perfect. No kid is perfect. Yeah. But I try to do, a thing where I try to talk to her in the situation, in the moment, and try to get her to understand it.
Yeah.
Like what is happening. And I'm not necessarily, because I don't believe in spanking and I don't want to spank her.
Yeah.
Even though I'll be like the thing that I'm like, man, that little butt is going to get rosy here real quick, kiddo.
Yeah.
So my question, and it's hard, how do you deal with the other people who give you dirty looks? Because they'll give you dirty looks if you're just letting your kid misbehave, but they'll give you dirty looks if you're
doing something about it. They're still looking at you like
you're
crazy.
So how do you deal with that?
Judgment.
Okay, honestly, it's all about acceptance, accepting the present moment where you are, because until someone becomes a parent, they will never understand what we're going through with a toddler. They will pass judgment because they haven't been in your shoes yet.
Yeah.
But just think, well, this is what I do to myself. When I'm at a grocery store, my son's acting a little up, I always think to myself, and I get a crazy look, for example, I think once they're parents, they will definitely understand exactly where I am. So that just calms me down instantly, and I'm not harsh on myself. I don't judge my son too hard. I'm like, he's a baby.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Exactly.
So just accepting.
Because I want to look at the people and be like,
don't judge.
Don't,
hate.
You don't understand.
Well, all right, so there's one question, I think, because, I talk about this a lot with our pediatrician in terms of, when a child does something and they misbehave. Like if Annalise throws a temper tantrum, she wants to go swimming. I'm like, okay, if you throw this temper tantrum, no swimming.
Yeah, that's
Does
smart,
it register those? So my question is, they disrespect in public, they misbehave in public. What do you do when you get them home? Is that where the discipline happens?
Do they remember it?
Do they remember it?
I think for the children of our age or the age of our children, they are not going to remember. Right. If you go home and you discipline them, an hour later, they're going to be like, what
did I do just now?
So I do not ever delay any type of discipline. That's not a good idea, I don't think. However, if your kid is older, that's not a bad idea. If they're 10, 11, 12, they have the cognition to know I messed up, then definitely take them home in the privacy of your own home and tell them, explain to them what they did wrong and how it can be avoided in the future. Like, do you want to go swimming?
Right.
If that happens again, no more swimming on Saturdays. I think that's a good idea. But for kids our age, you just kind of have to go with the flow and just be patient. Oh my God, my son has taught me so much patience. I'm like,
my goodness.
Meditation.
It's insane.
Greatest meditation is just checking out. You are not doing this.
Yeah, I'm like, this is
doing a Jedi mind trick on yourself. My baby is not doing this right now. Monica, thank you so much for coming in. And of course, every Monday you're joining us here in the Tucasa studio with more tips, and we can pick up your book at Amazon.com. Is that right? Is that the best place to pick it up?
Amazon.com or my blog, momswearheels.com.
Momswearheels.com.
With an H-E-E-L.
7 Habits of a Healthy, Happy Mom?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. We'll see you next Monday, Monica.
Thanks, guys.
You.